As we speak, the Secret Service is leading security sweeps through the Quicken Loans Arena ahead of the Republican National Convention. Demonstrations at past conventions have turned violent, and already 8 different groups, some with thousands of members, have announced planned protests throughout next week. Joining us for more on this, former FBI Assistant Deputy Director Danny Colson. There's obviously a lot going on here security-wise. We'll start with what's happening right now, Danny. Inside the Quicken Loans arenas, what does a security sweep mean?
Oh my gosh, it means ensuring that you have a safe environment. They'll use bomb dogs, they'll use visual observation, and be sure that nobody's come in there and planted a bomb. They'll also be looking at sealing any holes that they may find in the security that helps prevent people from coming in. The Secret Service runs that operation. The Chief of Police runs just about everything else in the city. And with the amount of protesters coming in and demonstrators, you can bet that there's going to be some violence on the streets of Cleveland, and it's going to be a very difficult proposition for this police department to handle.
You talk about how difficult it is to handle, and we've seen past conventions where police departments had to prepare for protests. Perhaps the big variable that we're seeing right now, or the big change, if you will, is what happened in Dallas last week, the targeting of police officers with high-powered rifles. That's not something that police have really had to face before. Typically, it was, guys with rocks and maybe some bricks and those kinds of things. How different is the dynamic now for the officers in Cleveland and, for that matter, in Philadelphia?
It changes everything. In the past, you had to worry about shields and face masks and maybe deploying tear gas, but now you're looking at protecting your officers and the demonstrators from deadly fire. And you have to look at the overwatch issues. Is there a parking garage nearby? You have to secure that. You have to be able to respond immediately to a violent attack, and it's a really good atmosphere for violent people. They can mix in or hide behind peaceful protesters and commit violent acts. So it changes the whole game plan, and it's going to be much more intense. It'll be a real drain on that police department. And that chief not only has to protect that facility, but the entire city of Cleveland. With the media attention there, it's a right place for all kinds of violent demonstrations.
And we've already seen the demonstrators being in Atlanta or Minneapolis or Los Angeles, those kinds of places, trying to shut down so many highways. Obviously, that's a concern, too, in terms of being able to get people to and from the convention. Former Director Colson, appreciate your time, sir.
Thank you.
All right, all the best. Elizabeth?